Hi, good evening. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Miss Holly. I am the drama teacher here at Solid Arts Academy, and it is my pleasure to bring to you our Greek festival. And we are doing two plays tonight. If you noted in the program, we're doing IPHEGENIA and we're doing Electra. And IPHEGENIA and Electra are sisters, but the time span between the two plays is about 15 years. So you'll see baby Orestes in one and then grown-up Orestes in the next one. The kids have been working all semester on this. No one ever said doing 2,000-year-old plays, well, 2,500-year-old plays to be more precise. Nobody ever said it was easy, and we don't do easy things here. We challenge ourselves and we rise to the occasion, and we believe the audience is on our side. So if we make mistakes, we know that you want us to keep going and be awesome. So, yes, thank you, yes, absolutely. You're on their side. We all want them to be successful. So at this time, you're going to see, I'm going to invite our high priestess, Ginger, out to give a prayer to Apollo, because of course we want to appease the gods, and we want Apollo to give us a fantastic performance. And then you're going to see a prologue. And the prologue is something that was written by a former student of mine. And it's just to set up sort of why all of this terrible, tragic stuff happens. And it all has to do with this sacred deer. And it's a deer. Just believe that it's a deer. Yes, yes. Suspension of disbelief. We're all going to agree this is a deer. And so what starts out is Agamemnon accidentally kills Artemis's deer, and she is mad. And she is going to tell Agamemnon that since her baby died, he has to sacrifice his daughter. So, and that is where all of the conflict begins. So I will let them come out. And again, we're going to have a little prayer first, and then we'll start our show. Thanks.
Patron to poets, player of the lyre, companion to the muses, child of Leto. Son of Zeus, twin to Artemis, show me what it's like to have the power of music. Delphic by nature, god of prophecy, god of truth. Creator of the Pytha, god of youth, beauty, and strength. Show me what it's like to have the power of words. Lover of Daphne and Cassandra, god of the sun, god of all things beautiful and righteous. Show me what it's like to be poetic. The power of learning is all that I ask.
Mortal, you have killed one of my stags, me, the goddess Artemis. You will suffer for your wrongdoings, mortal. Let me think on it a moment. Your fleets will soon sail for Troy, no? And a young daughter waits for you at home? Well, I say that if you do not sacrifice your daughter to me, then your ships will not sail. That's right, mortal. I will not send you any wind for your sails if you do not make the sacrifice. Now be gone with you, mortal. I do not wish to gaze upon you any longer.
Artemis! What is this? You have ordered the mortal Agamemnon to sacrifice his daughter?
So I have, dear sister Demeter. Speak your woes, for I will not change my mind.
Artemis, you have no children of your own, so you do not know what it is to love someone that deeply. I myself had my daughter Persephone taken away from me, and now I rarely ever have the privilege of meeting with her.
Don't bring me into this. I am perfectly happy living half my life on the underworld and half my life on Mount Olympus.
I am happy while you are here. Flowers bloom, grass grows, and the trees bear fruit. But as for the months you are away, my heart longs for you, earth suffers.
Mother, you are so dramatic.
Demeter, the stag, and all creatures of the earth are like children to me. And now this Agamemnon has killed one only in sport. He need it not for food, for I have seen he is wealthy and has much food to spare.
Dear sister, your judgment is clouded. He did not know what he did was wrong.
Artemis, what is this?
I do not know what you talk about, Sister Athena.
You've declared that Greek ships will not sail, correct?
Not unless Agamemnon sacrifices his daughter in repentance for killing her stag. No.
How could you have done this? The fleet must sail on Troy if the war is to be won. The wind must be at their backs to fill the sails, or all is in vain.
Well, this Agamemnon should have thought of that before killing one of my sacred stags from my forest.
Sisters, we are going in circles. We must resolve this.
There is nothing to resolve. I'm not in the wrong.
I agree with Artemis. Agamemnon must take responsibility for his actions. We cannot let him get away with destroying something so sacred.
Let us pray for all of Greece.
Let us pray for the young daughter of Agamemnon.
Poor Iphigenia, daughter of the king.
Old man, where are you? Come here instantly.
My lord Agamemnon, what you commanded me? What new plan do you have in mind?
Listen to the silence, old man. Not a bird sings. The waves are still and the winds are hushed.
Why do you worry so? The guards are quiet.
I envy you, old man. I am jealous of men who live their lives without worry and who do not sense peril.
That letter in your hands you have written many times. You seal the letter and then rip the seal open. Over and over you repeat this act. I have watched you, and often tears stream from your eyes. My lord Agamemnon, at times you seem to be on the verge of madness. I am a loyal servant. Share your agony with me.
Listen to the silence, old man, and then listen carefully to my story. The prophet Calchas predicted that we would not be able to set sail and overthrow the land of Troy unless I made a sacrifice to the goddess Artemis. There'd be utter ruin for me and my army unless I made this sacrifice. Listen, old man, listen. The goddess Artemis will make the winds blow if I sacrifice my daughter Iphigenia, but I would never have the cruel strength to kill my own daughter. Yet, after hearing my brother Menelaus advise me to commit this horror, I wrote a letter to my wife, asking my wife Clytemnestra to bring Iphigenia to this camp. Now I know I did great wrong, and if in my hand I have the truth telling them not to come.
And what does this letter say?
Clytemnestra, this letter brings you a new message. Do not send Iphigenia to me. Her marriage to Achilles has been postponed.
But will not Achilles be angry at having to postpone the wedding?
Achilles knows nothing of the marriage. I conceived the plan alone. Now forget that your legs are old and quickly deliver this letter before it is too late.
I've run away, my lord.
If you meet them on your way, convince them to go back. Make them go back.
Yes, my lord.
Go, run, help me out of my agony. My heart stands close to the brink of grief.
The shore and the waves do not speak. All is still. The birds have flown away, leaving behind silent air. Nothing moves on this day.
Menelaus, what you were doing goes against all conscience.
Remember that you are but a servant.
You had no right to stop me and open the letter.
The letter you carried brings evil and disaster upon Greece.
Give me that letter.
Beware, servant, you speak too boldly.
I will not give up my right to that letter.
If you do not cease your chatter, you will feel the pain of this stick.
To die for my lord Agamemnon would be a good death.
Hold, sir, man.
My lord Agamemnon, Menelaus took the letter from my hand by force and opened it. I could not stop him.
What is this brawl?
I certainly have the right to speak before you listen to a servant.
Why do you strike my servant?
Look into my eyes, Agamemnon.
Do you think that I, Agamemnon, shrink from the gaze of your eyes?
This letter that I hold in my hand carries the seeds of treason.
I order you, give me the letter.
No, not until every Greek has read it.
You broke the royal seal, which you had no right to do.
For this secret plot, you will suffer.
Have you no shame to pry into my affairs?
None, for your mind is constantly shifting. Your plans change from day to day. Your mind is treacherous.
How I despise your smooth tongue.
Remember how eager you were to lead the Greek army against the city of Troy. Remember how you asked for my counsel. I encouraged you to follow the advice of the prophet Calchas, to sacrifice Iphigenia to the goddess Artemis so the Greek ships could sail. You agreed, remember? In pretext, you arranged for her to marry Achilles, and now your story is that you will not play a hand in your daughter's death. I groan for Greece that she has a ruler so weak and spineless.
Brother versus brother is a sad tale to tell. These ugly words are painful to hear.
You may have chosen madness, but I will keep my life decent and with honor.
Am I not your brother?
You are my brother only when you speak like a sane man.
Greece is in trouble, Agamemnon. Listen to the silence about you. The gods need and demand the sacrifice. As ruler, you should bear some of the hardship.
Some god has driven you mad.
To some, you are the king of Greece, but to me, you are a traitor.
O commander of all the armies of Greece, I run ahead of the others to bring you the news. Your daughter, Iphigenia, and her mother, Clytemnestra, have arrived, and with them is your baby son, Orestes. I know that delight will fill your heart to see them once again. Rumors are spreading that perhaps a wedding has been arranged for Iphigenia. People wonder who will be the bridegroom. Shall I announce the dancing to commence and the lutes to be played? Will you and Menelaus begin the bridal hymn? Shall I fetch the bridegroom?
We are grateful for their safe arrival. Now get some rest. This is the beginning of my disaster. Look at me, brother Menelaus, and see my face weep. What countenance can I provide my wife Clytemnestra? She will soon discover I am an author of evil. Iphigenia will cry out, asking why her father is sending her to her death. Even the infant child Orestes will utter sounds meaningless in protest. I have fallen into a pit out of which there is no escape.
We grieve over the king's misfortune.
You have won, Menelaus.
No, I withdraw all the words I said to you. My words were witless. It is an outrageous thought to sacrifice a daughter. My thoughts have changed, and again, we are brothers.
A worthy speech, Menelaus.
My thanks reach out to you, brother. You have spoken worthy of yourself. Quarrels between brothers are loathsome, but I'm afraid we've reached a fatal place, and there is no point of return.
I do not understand your words. No one can force you to sacrifice your daughter.
I could secretly return them home, but I doubt if I could keep the secret from the whole army.
You do wrong to fear the mob so desperately. The army need not know.
The prophet Calchas will see that everyone knows of the intended sacrifice. These prophets are the curse of the earth. I feel myself quite helpless. Menelaus, take all precaution Clytemnestra not discover my plans, and you, guard my plans well.
Many are the natures of man, various are the manners of living, yet a straight path is always the right one.
Agamemnon, welcome.
Gently and without clamor, we greet you.
It is a good omen to be greeted so kindly. I am here to lead my daughter into a blessed marriage, and this is Orestes, Agamemnon's young son.
Agamemnon comes.
Most honored lord, we arrive at your command.
Seeing you again, dear father, I am happy.
You speak for both of us, Iphigenia, beloved daughter.
It was a wonderful thing you did bringing us here. Your brow is worried. Your eyes have no quiet within them. They are full of tears. Are you not glad to see us?
Soon, Iphigenia, there'll come a long parting for both of us.
You speak in riddles, father. We just arrived. What is this long parting you speak of?
Iphigenia, you'll be leaving me on a long journey.
Shall I go on this long journey alone? Or will my mother and young brother accompany me?
You will go alone, daughter.
Where will my new home be, beloved father?
You ask too many questions. Now get some rest. Forgive my self-pity, but giving my child to Achilles in marriage makes my heart sad. Yes, there's also happiness, but it's still giving a daughter away.
I too am not unfeeling. When will the marriage to Achilles take place?
To bring them good luck, we shall wait until the moon is shining at its fullest, and I would like to add that I shall give Iphigenia away.
Where shall I stay?
You will return home to take good care of Electra and Chrysothemis, our two younger daughters.
It is against all customs that the mother not lift the wedding torch for her daughter.
I say it is wrong for you to stay.
It is a mother's right to be at her daughter's wedding.
It is wrong of a mother to leave two unattended daughters at home.
You are very aware that they are well guarded and most safe.
My final words to you are to go.
No! You will do your part at this wedding, and I will stay here and do mine!
I have become a conspirator against my own loved ones. I am confounded. Yes. I must go to the prophet Calchas and ask him what would please the goddess Artemis most, even though her wish might spell my doom.
Behold, here comes Achilles.
Where is Agamemnon? Tell him I am here. Tell him all of Greece is ready to attack Troy.
I hear your voice, Achilles, and I greet you with much pleasure.
I do not know you.
Agamemnon is my husband, and soon you will marry our daughter, Iphigenia.
I do not understand your words, my lady. What marriage do you speak of? I have never courted your daughter, and neither has Agamemnon spoken to me of this planned marriage.
Now I do not understand you. Your words amaze me.
Let us try to solve this riddle together. Perhaps we both speak the truth.
I think that this whole marriage has been a lie. I am covered in shame with speaking to you.
Do not be overly concerned. It is but a light matter. Perhaps the gods are mocking us.
I am humiliated by this deception. Farewell. My eyes are too embarrassed to look upon your countenance.
I too say farewell and go to seek Agamemnon.
Do I have permission to speak?
Speak.
You remember my loyalty, my lady? I have been loyal to you and your children.
Yes, your loyalty has never been questioned. You have been a servant in our palace for many, many years.
I am more loyal to you, Queen Clytemnestra, than to King Agamemnon.
Then do not hesitate to present me with this mystery that you are guarding.
I tell you directly that King Agamemnon plans to kill your daughter with his own hand.
Out of your mouth comes the words of a crazed mind.
I speak the truth.
Why? What horrors has possessed his mind for him to commit such a deed?
The prophet Calchas informed Agamemnon that the goddess Artemis would not allow the Greek fleets to sail unless Agamemnon sacrificed Iphigenia. You know all the mystery now.
And the marriage was just a pretext to bring her here.
Yes.
Poor Iphigenia, I have escorted you to your death. I cannot hold back my tears.
Weep, my lady, weep.
Old servant, are you sure you speak the truth?
I was on my way to you with a second message from Agamemnon telling you not to come.
Why didn't you deliver the second message?
Blame Menelaus. He's the cause of all our ruin, for he tore the letter from my hand.
Do you hear the story, Achilles?
I hear the misery that has been inflicted upon you.
You were used to trick my daughter into coming here.
I shall reproach Agamemnon for his actions.
You are a demigod, Achilles, but I am a mortal. I cast myself at your knees and beg for your protection. True, the marriage plans are false. I bring my daughter to you in good faith. I implore you to raise your right hand in our defenses. You are the child of a goddess. You are the only altar at which I can seek help.
Mothers possess a powerful spell when they fight to protect their children.
Your pride and anger lifts my soul. I shall make right these abominable wrongs. Your daughter, Iphigenia, will not die at the hands of her father.
Your words are worthy of you, Achilles.
I sing your name in praise. Always will I praise you, Achilles. May the gods bless you for helping the unfortunate such as I.
Listen to my plan. First, you must speak to Agamemnon. Beseech him not to kill Iphigenia. If he refuses to listen to your plea, come to me.
And if I fail to change his mind, where can I find you?
Like a sentinel, I shall be nearby.
It shall be as you have spoken.
Poor Iphigenia, your head will wear a crown of sacrifice. Poor Iphigenia.
Woe the times when men push righteousness behind them.
Poor Iphigenia.
As Agamemnon arrived, do you not hear the tears of my daughter? She moans and sobs, hearing of her father's plot.
Behold, Agamemnon arrives.
I'm glad to see you here. Now send for Iphigenia to join me.
Iphigenia, come. Your father wills you to come. Bring Orestes with you.
Iphigenia, come. Your father wills it so.
Behold, Agamemnon, she is here. She is obedient.
Why are you crying, Iphigenia? Why do you not look at me? Why do your eyes search the ground? Why is there terror in your face?
Agamemnon, my husband and king, answer this question with the courage of a man.
Speak.
Do you intend to kill your daughter and mine?
What a vile question to ask.
Answer my question.
Your question is not a reasonable one.
Answer!
My secret has been betrayed.
Yes, I know all. I know fully your intentions. Your refusal to answer directly the question is your confession to this horrible deed.
Lying would only add greater shame to my misfortune.
You would kill a daughter to win a war? Is your only thought to lead armies and win battles? Do not commit this sin. After you sacrifice a daughter, what prayers can you speak? Do you think your other children at home will greet you with smiles when they return home from battle? Speak to me! Be wise, Agamemnon. Do not force me to become a woman of evil because of what you plan to do. Do not slaughter your daughter and mine.
Yield, Agamemnon, yield. Together save your child.
Do not take away my life, Father. The sweetness of life is too precious to me. Father, look into my eyes and see my heart. See, even little Orestes begs you to spare my life. I beseech you.
Be merciful, Agamemnon.
I love all my children, but it is terrible for me to dare this and terrible not to dare it. It is the prophet Calchas who has decreed your death, lovely daughter, not I. The Greek army is maddened with desire to sail to Troy, and if I do not make the sacrifice to the goddess Artemis, the soldiers will kill us all. We are weak against this force, and I dare not change my mind. All of Greece forces upon me this sacrifice of you. All of Greece turns to me and to you for help.
Mother.
Iphigenia, your father has betrayed you, and now he has fled.
Artemis has chosen me for sacrifice, and my father will kill me with his own hands.
We pity you for your evil fate.
The whole army is shouting.
What are they shouting?
It is about Iphigenia. They insist she be sacrificed to the goddess Artemis.
And did you not intend to save her as you vowed?
Yes, but I too am in danger.
What danger threatens you?
They threaten to stone me to death. Every soldier has turned against me. Even my own men will not listen to reason.
The mob is a terrible, frightening thing.
However, I will defend you both.
You fight thousands of soldiers alone?
Mother, listen carefully to my words. Something has seized my heart and overwhelmed me. Mother, I want to die. I want to die for Greece gloriously. All Greece turns her eyes to me, and to me only. Through my sacrifice, the Greek fleet will sail, for Artemis will make the winds blow. Through my sacrifice, Greece will devastate Troy. Through me, the barbarians will no longer exist. As the savior of Greece, I will win honor, and my name will be blessed throughout the country. Mother, you gave birth to me not only for yourself, but for all Greece. Oh, Mother, if the goddess Artemis seeks my death, who am I to disagree? Who am I to oppose her divine will? It is right that I be sacrificed.
Oh, child, you play a noble role.
Oh, daughter of Agamemnon, I envy you. I envy you because Greece has chosen you and has ignored me. Your soul is noble, Iphigenia. If you change your mind, call my name, and I will rescue you.
Mother, do not weep for me. Do not make a coward of me.
What must I do but cry?
After I am dead, do not mourn for me.
Is not losing a daughter reason enough for mourning?
Mother, I am not lost, but saved. I say goodbye to all now, and my wish for Orestes, my little brother, is he grow into a strong man. And Mother, do not hate my father, your husband. Against his will he sends me to be sacrificed. It is the will of the gods.
He is unworthy of the title king. Iphigenia, daughter, do not leave me.
Stop! I forbid you to have tears. Raise up your voices, people. Sing in honor of Artemis.
Friends, let us sing in honor of Artemis. Let us pray for good fortune.
There goes the girl with garlands in her hair and holy water upon her head.
There goes the girl who will soon stain the altar of the murderous goddess with the gushing blood of her beautiful throat. Go, young girl. The sparkling waters of your ancestral streams are waiting for you.
Go, young girl, your father's holy water is waiting for you.
Go, young girl. The Greek warriors are waiting for you, anxious to start off for Troy. Oh, dear goddess, blessed Artemis.
Enjoy now the sacrifice of blood, and then help the Greek army launch their expedition on Troy the treacherous. Let Agamemnon's spear see victory.
Let Agamemnon place a crown upon Greece, and let him be crowned in return.
Let Agamemnon's name live forever in glory.
Oh, dear goddess, blessed Artemis.
Never will your glory fade away. Never, never.
Oh, glorious day. To another world I soon go. Beloved day, farewell.
Look at the girl who walked to the altar of death.
All hail to the goddess Artemis.
All hail to Artemis. Greece will be crowned with victory.
Okay, hi. So this is sort of our intermission, but we're going to stay in our seats. We had originally planned a whole hip-hop dance that was going to show you the Trojan War, but because of things beyond our control, that can't happen. So at the last minute, we came up with some fun things for you to do, for you to see. And we're going to start with Samantha Ban is going to play a beautiful instrument, the lyre. And after that, we're going to have some jokes and some Greek jokes. Make sure, you know, it'll be great. And then we're going to have our chorus leaders and our high priestess come out and tell you what's happened in the 15 years since Iphigenia sacrificed herself so that Agamemnon could sail to Troy and win his spoils. So, and this is the aftermath of it, so, which is not great. So, is Samantha ready? Okay, could you up there make sure that this mic is at the purple?
Wrong era, but who cares? I apologize for the bad puns about Greek gods you're about to hear.
Why would Prometheus make a good mailman? Because it's a job with a lot of delivering. It's supposed to be funny!
I wish Medusa would stop objectifying people.
Wonders never grease to amaze me.
My lack of knowledge about Greek mythology will always be my Achilles' elbow.
That Greek dog is fancying Barklava.
My friend says she plays a Greek string instrument did Zeus get a parking ticket? He forgot to put money in Demeter.
Till next year.
So apparently the drinks are wrong. Every day people deliver for huge fight.
It was from here that Agamemnon, leader of men, set sail with 1,000 ships for Troy. Warlord Ares filled his sails in the hearts of his men. Then, when he killed Priam, the king of Troy, and captured the splendid city of Dardanus, he came back here to Argos and graced its high temples with all the spoils he tore away from the barbarians.
Ah, but though fate was with him in the battlefield here, back home in the halls of his own palace, he wasn't so fortunate. His wife Clytemnestra and her lover Aegisthus trapped him with a treacherous net and murdered him. So now, the Aegisthus and he now rules with Clytemnestra, Agamemnon's wife and mother to Orestes, Electra and Chrysothemis. Now when Agamemnon left for Troy, he left behind his 3 children, a boy, Orestes, and a girl, Electra, and another girl, Clytemnestra. His father, old tutor, stole him away and passed him on to Strophius to be raised at Glaucus.
The girl, though, Electra by name, stayed behind in her father's palace, and when the tender youthful age bloomed within her, suitors from the whole of Hellas came seeking her hand in marriage. These were men of the highest caliber, noblemen. Aegisthus, however, was terribly afraid that if Electra married one of these noblemen, she might bear a son, who one day might try to avenge her father's murder. So he kept her at home, taking away the opportunity to marry any of these noblemen.
But this too was an unsatisfactory solution, because there was an even greater danger that she might bear children to some nobleman in secret. So Aegisthus then thought of killing her. But her mother, even though she was a cruel woman, saved her from his murderous hands. You see, so far as her murder of Agamemnon was concerned, she felt she had some adequate excuse, seeing that he had sacrificed their daughter Iphigenia to Artemis, goddess of the wild. But to kill her children was something even she did not want to do.
His reasoning was that even though I am an indisputably good archive stock, I am alas a poor man, whose eyes mean a weak man. A weak man cannot be a nobleman, and a weak man also means a weak man for him, so I am weak and he is less afraid. There is fear that Aegisthus also, that if a nobleman married Electra, the whole shameful act of Agamemnon's murder would be awakened from its sleep, and Aegisthus would not have escaped his due.
Here comes Orestes, y'all. Let's go. Orestes.
Now, Orestes, son of Agamemnon, how many years have you been longing to see this place where you're standing now? Here is the place where your sister, Electra, saved you as a baby, when your mother and uncle ended your father, Agamemnon's life. It was I who carried you away on the day your sister died. I took you to safety, looked after you all these years, brought you up to manhood, and now you must avenge your father's death.
Faithful old friend and servant, your devotion to me is beyond question. Listen, I'll tell you what I have decided to do. And as you listen, make amends to whatever seems amiss. When I went to the oracle to discover how I might best avenge my father's death, the gods answered, give those who kill an equal share of their just deserts. My plan is for you to enter the palace to discover the present state of things among those who live there. Their eyes will not recognize you, for the years have wrinkled your face and shaded your hair with much silver. Spin a tale about Orestes having been killed, and give your oath that it is true. I am confident that from a forged death I shall rise again like a new meteor to dazzle my enemies. Hear my prayer, O gods, house of my fathers, receive me with your blessings. I have come to purify and purge. Give me my birthright. Give me my possessions. Let me rebuild my father's fallen house. No more words, for such is my prayer. My friend and teacher, go to your task. For now is the time, and time is the umpire in all human affairs.
Oh me, alas!
Listen, Orestes, a cry of bitter grief.
The voice reawakens my memory. Could it be the cry of my sister Electra? Let us wait to hear again.
No, let us not delay our leave. Let us follow the original plan, lest we meet ruin.
Electra, child of a sinful mother, why are you wasting your life in unceasing despair? Your father, Agamemnon, died long ago.
Oh, gentle-hearted women, I know you come to comfort me in my sorrow, but I cannot change or cease to mourn for my father. Leave me and let me weep.
You cannot call him back from the hands of death. Must you still cling to misery?
Unfeeling the mind and hard the heart of one who could forget a father slain.
Your heavy burden of grief is not carried alone. Your sister, Chrysothemis, lives in the palace in peace, and is not tired of life. And your brother, Orestes, though in exile, awaits his triumphant return to the land of Argos.
Year after year I wait for him. He wants to come. I know he wants to come, but only disappointment arrives for me.
Zeus, the king in the heavens, sees all, Electra. Take comfort. Time has power to heal all wounds.
Half my life is wasted away in hopeless waiting. I am alone and my strength will soon be gone. Oh, gods who rule heaven and earth, make retribution fall upon my mother Clytemnestra and her new husband Aegisthus.
Be wise, Electra, and say no more.
Leave me! My ills are past remedy. Never shall I heal my wounds of tears and lamentation.
Do not make, my child, trouble on top of trouble.
Is there moderation in what I suffer? Can it be right for me to neglect the death of my father? If they who killed him do not suffer death in return, then fear of the gods and respect for men have vanished from all mankind.
We shall always be here if you call.
I'm sorry to be always complaining. Forgive me. But what woman would not cry out to heaven if she saw a father suffering such outrage? My mother has become my bitterest enemy. My cry is for Orestes to come and put an end to all this.
Is it just this god from home that you speak so boldly?
I would dare not venture out if he were near. He's visiting another city.
Then perhaps I might be bold myself and speak with you more freely.
Say what you will, Aegisthus is not here.
What news about your brother, Orestes? Is he coming, or do we wait in vain?
He promises, but his promises come to nothing.
So great an enterprise useless anger? My sorrow is as deep as yours, but I choose to bow before the storm of my mother and stepfather, for I am powerless. Oh yes, what you think is right, yet I submit or lose all liberty.
To forget your slain father and take your mother's part is shameful, shameful! I will not yield to them for all the trinkets, luxuries, and delicate foods that give you such pleasure. It is enough for me to eat the garbage they fling at me. You might be known as Agamemnon's child, but the world calls you Clytemnestra's daughter. Everyone knows you for what you are, a traitor to the memory of your father.
Do not quarrel. Each of you can help the other.
I am well accustomed to her tirades. When I speak to warn my sister of the danger close to her, they plan to end her lung complaints.
What punishment can I inflict upon me, worse than the pain I have now?
I'll tell you everything I know. They have determined to place you in a dark dungeon if you do not cease your wailing. A dungeon so deep you will never see the sun again. So think on this and be prudent.
Is this decided then?
It is decided the moment Aegisthus returns.
Let them do what they will. Are you mad? Do you choose to suffer so?
Yes, to escape from the sight of all of you!
Will you not listen and let me persuade you?
Never!
Then I speak no more. I leave you now and continue with my errand.
Where are you going with those offerings?
I am to place them on our father's tomb.
Our mother sent me. She who killed him is making offerings to him.
She had a dream that frightened her.
Oh gods, gods of our fathers, hear you this?
Do you find cause of hope in her bad dream?
Fate often hangs upon a word or two. Speak your tale.
In our mother's dream, she saw our father return to life and stand beside her. She saw him take the scepter from Aegisthus and plant it on the altar, where it burst into a leafy bloom, casting a shadow upon the house.
None of her offerings must touch the tomb. Cast them away. How can you think our father could accept such a tribute from the fiend who killed him? Instead, give the memory of our poor father a lock of hair for token, one of yours and one of mine. Kneel to him and pray that he himself will come from the dead to befriend us.
Yours and cautious from the heart. Follow her bidding.
Do it I will. But keep it a secret, this that I undertake. If Clytemnestra hears of this, I shall pay dearly for this enterprise.
This dream perhaps speaks with the voice of justice. O gods, smile upon this house that has seen so many years of shame and misery.
Quiet! Here comes Clytemnestra. Wandering at your own sweet will, Electra, now that Aegisthus is away, you spread evil tales about me, saying I am cruel and unjust. You say I caused your father's death. This I do not deny. But do you ever ask why? Why? Ask me why. This father of yours, whom you were always mourning, sacrificed a child of mine and a sister of yours. Who gave him that right to sacrifice my daughter to the gods? Yes, I killed your father, and if you think me wrong, correct your own mistakes before you censor mine.
Could you admit anything more foul than the killing of my father? It was with great anguish that he sacrificed his daughter to the goddess Artemis. Remember his reason for doing so. Artemis was annoyed that father had killed a stag in the sacred forest, and she controlled the winds that father's fleet could not sail to Troy and back home again. Against his will, and with much resistance on his part, he made the painful sacrifice. But what right had you to kill him? Under what law? You and Aegisthus thus enforce upon me a life of misery because I never let your consciences sleep. Go! Denounce me in public, call me what you will. Call me vile, brutal, unfilial, impudent. If I am all these things, then I'm your true daughter.
Electra is so furious that she is beyond all caring whether she be right or wrong.
Look at how she so brazenly insults her mother. Is there anything she will not stoop to? She has no shame at all.
I am ashamed of what I do, but your wickedness sets the example for me. Evil in one breeds evil in another.
I swear by the goddess Artemis, you will be punished for this insolence.
Make your offerings to the gods.
My words shall trouble you no longer.
Lift up the fruit offerings to the god Apollo as I pray. O god Apollo, if there anybody who plot in secret to wrest me from the wealth I now enjoy, frustrate them. Let me have royal power till I die. Save me from harm. O god Apollo, graciously grant me all my desires. Such is my prayer.
Is this the house of King Aegisthus?
You have made no error. This is it.
And this lady, the wife of the king?
She is indeed the queen.
Greetings to your majesty. I am the bearer of joyous tidings for you and King Aegisthus.
If the news is joyous, then the message will be friendly. Speak.
It is but a brief message. Orestes is dead.
Oh no, this is the end for me! What, sir? Take no account of her.
As I said, Orestes is dead.
Orestes dead? Well, this is the end for me. Be silent. What was the manner of his death, stranger?
I will tell you all. Orestes was in Delphi, competing in the Olympic Games as a chariot driver. To begin with, all went well with every chariot, and how the crowd cheered him on as he took the lead. They censured the victor, and unison screamed, Orestes, son of Agamemnon! Orestes, Orestes, Orestes! But then, in a fateful moment, his left chariot wheel grazed a pillar. The axle shaft snapped, and he was flung headlong and tangled in the reins. 2 men will soon deliver to you an urn filled with his ashes. Such is my sad story.
The name of Orestes is blotted out forever. The ancient line of Argive kings has reached its end in calamity.
Oh, Zeus, is this news happy or bitter? What bitterness if I must through the sun to save my life?
Did not think you would grieve so much at the hearing of my news.
A mother never truly hates her child.
I see my message was a thankless one.
No, not thankless. I have now positive proof that he is dead. Now I am free from all fear. Since he left this house, he has charged me with his father's death. Each hour that has passed has cast over me my death. But now, he's gone. And without Orestes, Electra's threats are harmless. Her voice will never shudder any ugly warnings. I can now live in peace.
Oh, Orestes, your unnatural mother exulting in your death. Can this be justice?
Justice is done to him, but not yet to you.
Goddess of vengeance, hear me!
She has heard already and has spoken.
Your hour will come!
Who will silence me? You and Orestes?
Then I may go, now that all is settled.
No, back home. Come with me as our guest, and let this one wail in her sorrows and her brothers too.
Orestes, my darling brother, you are dead, but your mother laughs. A sneer she left for you. I now have no father, no brother, alone. Where can I turn to, my beloved champion Orestes? Alas, I must return into bondage to those whom I most hate, those who killed my father. Can this be justice? No! I will never set foot into their palace. Let them come and kill me, for that would be a kindness. I want to die.
Oh, Zeus, mighty Zeus, where are your thunderbolts to destroy the evil that ensnares this house?
My daughter, do not weep.
Who can now avenge Agamemnon, my father? There is no comfort. Let me be.
Your fate is hard and cruel.
Year after year of bitter grief.
We have seen your tears.
I come in great haste to bring you sweet news, good news, joyful news. My news will cure you of all your woes and sorrows.
What possible cure could you have to remedy my afflictions? They have grown past remedy.
Orestes has returned. Truly, beyond a doubt, he is here.
Are you mad? Are you so cruel as to make fun of my calamity?
I am not mocking you. I swear, on our father's memory, that Orestes is here.
Leave me.
Listen, Electra, I implore you. When I came to your father's tomb, I saw a lock of hair upon it. to place the tribute on our father's grave, but he or you or I? It was not I, and you had not been there. Who else but Orestes, our brother? Fate has been hard on us, but today may be the beginning of a great happiness for us.
I can only pity you. How little you know.
Is this not the best of news I bring you?
You are living in a dream world, my sister. The truth is very different from your fanciful thinking.
I saw the freshly cut lock of Orestes' hair.
Poor Chrysothemis. Orestes is dead. Think no more of him.
This cannot be true.
A messenger told us all. He's being made welcome by our mother who smiles.
This fills me with dismay.
We two are left alone. Chrysothemis, let us stand together. Together, we could be brave enough to take revenge on Aegisthus, the one who brought doom to our father. Give your consent, sister. Stand by me. Let us put an end to our life of dishonor. A life of shameful suffering is disgraceful.
What can you be thinking of? Such utter recklessness. How weak we are and how strong our foes. Keep your rage in check before you bring destruction upon both of us. Without Orestes, we must yield to those in power.
Prudence and caution are things worth having in this life.
Then I must do the deed myself. I admire your caution, but I despise your spirit. Away with you! You are no help to me at all. Now go and tell our mother everything you have heard.
Give up this folly. Be advised by me.
No! There's nothing worse than bad advice.
Can I say nothing you will accept?
Go, for your ways can never be mine!
Discord within, dividing sister from sister. Electra bathed in an ocean of tears. She is like a bird in the night that cries in inconsolable grief.
Ladies, can you tell me where I can find the house of Aegisthus?
You have found it.
Would you kindly inform them within the house that we have come?
She might best do such an errand, for she is nearest of kin.
Tell them we come with the ashes of Orestes.
It is what I feared. Small weight for you, but heavy grief for me.
You weep, I know, for what has happened to Orestes.
I want to hold the urn in my hands and weep. Weep over his dust. Give it to me to hold.
Bring it to her and let her hold it. No doubt she is a friend and member of the family.
Orestes, my darling brother, you have come to this. A little dust. Here is all that is left of my beloved. Your death is death to me, but joy to our enemies. Our mother, if she is a mother, dances in delight. Our mother monster runs mad with joy. Oh, Orestes, I can live no longer without you. Take me with you. Let us be one and share a common grave. Let me die and become a dusty shadow with you.
Your father, Agamemnon, died. So was Orestes, your brother, and so shall we all.
My sound stifles me. What can I say?
Why do you gaze at me and speak so strangely?
Are you the princess? Can you be Electra?
To my sorrow I am.
Treated so harshly and with such dishonor.
So why do you gaze at me and speak so sadly?
The sight of all your suffering.
What you see is nothing. Compared to what evil lurks within that house, my suffering is nothing.
Give me... Wait.
You truly care for sorrow, don't you?
Sorry,
I am one who truly...
I am one who truly shares your sorrow.
The one I had is dead. In this urn are his ashes.
Are these our friends? May I speak to their ears here?
They will not betray you.
Give me the urn, and I will divulge all.
No, no! Do not be so cruel as to take my beloved from me.
I cannot let you keep it. I insist you hand me the urn.
Oh, my dear Orestes, how cruel life is. I may not even bury you.
You speak too rashly. This is no time to talk of funerals.
What are you saying? Is it wrong to mourn my brother's death?
Those are not the ashes of your brother.
What are you saying?
I am saying the truth.
He lives?
As I live.
You? You are Orestes?
Look, father's signet. Do you believe me now?
Oh, light of heaven, what joy! Oh, day of happiness!
It is indeed.
Oh, women of Argos, look upon Orestes, my brother, dead only by artifice, and by that artifice restored to me.
We see, Electra, and to see your happiness brings tears of joy to our eyes.
Oh, son of Agamemnon, at last you have come home.
Contain your joy in silence, for they may overhear us within the house. Say little until the occasion gives you leave.
How can I restrain my joy?
We must be prudent. There is danger in too much happiness.
Who could be silent at your homecoming? Oh, women of Argos, Orestes has come home!
You reckless fools! Can you not see you're standing on the brink of deadly danger? Your plans might as well come into the palace before you. Stop your jubilation. Delay now is fatal.
Who is this man, Orestes?
You entrusted me into his arms many years ago. Remember him now?
Dear friend, to you the house of Agamemnon was a great deal. You were the only one remaining loyal after our father's death. I call you father, for to me you are a father.
Say no more, I beseech you. There'll be many days and nights when you may tell. One word with you, Orestes and Pleiades. She is alone. There are no guards near her. This is your moment. Do not delay.
Pleiades, the hour has come. The gods have opened the doors to the house of Agamemnon to avenge his death.
Oh, Apollo, hear my prayers. I beseech you, Apollo, to give us your favor. Show mankind what chastisement the gods can inflict upon those who practice wickedness.
There go the hunters into the palace. They are hounds on the trail of evildoers. Soon there will be a fulfillment.
Women, listen. Listen, oh women. Soon Orestes will do it, soon. Listen in silence, oh women.
Why have you come out, Electra?
To give a warning if Aegisthus arrives.
Help! Help! Death is upon me! Aegisthus, where are you? Help! Help!
Do you hear? Do you hear?
The cry for vengeance is at work.
Here they come after having taken their revenge. And who pretends?
Not I! Not I!
The gods have spoken. No longer will you feel your mother's cruelty.
Beware, Aegisthus is returning.
Back to the house, quickly!
Leave all to me.
Greet him in a friendly manner, so that he will not suspect the retribution that awaits him.
They tell me that some visitors have arrived with the news of the death of Orestes. You must know something about the matter. Speak. What have you heard?
Of course I know. I loved Orestes. How could I make so little of his death?
Where are these visitors to be found?
In the palace, they won their way to Clytemnestra's heart.
Is the body of Orestes to be seen?
You will see his body.
Let the doors of the palace be opened. Let all the people see his body. People of Argos, look. Look upon this body and realize that I am the master of this state. Turn back the shroud and let me see the face of Orestes.
You should lift the veil and make your last farewell.
So I will. Call Clytemnestra to come witness my final words to Orestes.
She will arrive soon.
Oh, God! What is this?
You cannot tell the living from the dead?
You are Orestes. You have come to kill me. Let me speak.
Let him say nothing. Nothing less than his life will compensate for all the evil he has done.
Come into the palace.
Why must I go in there?
I give the orders. Your life shall end on the spot where you killed my father.
Shall this palace see more sorrow? Death upon death?
This palace shall see your death. Time is passing. Enter.
Lead the way.
You go first.
Afraid I'll cheat you?
Lawless men must pay with their lives.
Children of
Thank you so much. Yes, we want to thank our tech crew, Asher and Jules. It's a trial by fire. They don't really get to see the show. They just have my notes up there, so I think they did a great job. And by the way, yes, speaking of great job, let's give these guys one more hand. That was incredible. I am so proud, and I can't believe how good they make me look because this is all them. And I would just like to thank you for always supporting us. I know for some of you this is the last play of 8th grade, and I know we're not going to cry though. We're not going to cry. But I just want to thank the parents of the 8th graders who've just supported us through this whole last 4 years. It's been incredible, and look at these kids that I get to send to high school. I am so proud. We're going to have them go downstairs and hang their costumes up. And then you can meet them back up here. So thanks again for supporting arts. Thank you.